Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be working on something big, really big. That Freightliner behind me big. As you can see, today we're going to be working on a Freightliner heavy-duty dump truck. And anytime you're working on heavy-duty vehicles like this, you don't want to use $50 products that you find on Amazon. You don't want to use anything cheap made out of plastic, because these trucks take a serious beating. They go on construction sites, they get subjected to a lot of loads, they get subjected to a lot of harsh conditions, and you want something that can survive those conditions. That's why we're going to be installing the Auto-Vox MW3 on this massive Freightliner. And I'm going to tell you why it's important and why you guys should have a backup camera system installed into these vehicles. So let's go ahead, take a tour of the inside of the truck, and get a better understanding of what it's like to drive one of these things. If you guys have never been in a heavy-duty work truck, when you open it up, you can already tell that it's a big step up from your F250s and your F350s. So you grab these, pull yourself up, sit on this nice hydraulic chair, and you have a big, massive windshield right in front of you. Well, if you look to the left and you look to the right, there is no way to see behind you inside the vehicle. So the next logical thing is to turn around and actually check your surroundings. Well, if you turn around and check your surroundings, you're going to be greeted with a solid wall. And there's no way to physically know if anything is behind this truck. Just remember, guys, all it takes is 1 second. 1 second for something to happen that you did not plan for. Sure, you can get around the truck, you can walk around and check before you back up, but all it takes is 1 second for something unexpected to occur and you suddenly don't know what's going on behind you. So we're going to be installing the wireless backup camera into this truck. We're going to be mounting the display either in this area here or this area here, and then we're going to be mounting the wireless camera to the back of the vehicle. So let's go ahead, do an unboxing of the MW3 and show you what comes with that camera. The next thing is the instruction manual, which is about 3 pages. And then after that, you get to the screen, which is this massive, I want to say it's about a 7-inch screen. And it is huge. Has these nice little blinders on the side so you don't get any glare inside your truck, and you guys can see the video display nice and clear. Now underneath the paneling, you're greeted with the bread and butter of this whole system, and that is this massive metal backup camera. The backup camera itself has a glass screen, and it has infrared lights on both sides with a photo sensor right there, right underneath the lens. So at night, when you're backing up the truck, the infrareds will kick on and you will still illuminate the area behind you. So this is a very, very durable camera. This is solid camera. There's the antenna camera. And then here you have the wireless receiver for the video display. Once you get past that, you're greeted with this massive harness. The harness is actually going to plug into your monitor, and it's going to give you a few options. This right here is what you're going to need to power on the display, and then this over here is auxiliary. If you guys wanted to wire in like a DVD player, maybe you guys work at a construction site and you guys have to sit there for long periods of times, and if you want to watch something, you can wire in a DVD player, then you guys can alternate between the videos, and then you guys can watch the watch your DVDs. Now you guys are probably thinking, well, what about the audio? They give you the audio. Here's right, here's left, and if you guys noticed on the back, there's 2 speakers. So you guys can definitely watch a movie, you guys can enjoy a movie while you're working. And then here, you're greeted with the actual stand. This is the stand for the display, so when it gets put into the vehicle, this is how it's going to get on there. I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are seeing these holes, and most of you guys don't want to drill into your trucks. These are $100,000 trucks, and I understand that. And that's why they give you sticky tape all the way throughout the entire bottom of it. So that's pretty nice. But if you want something more permanent, then yes, I would definitely say use little screws just to hold it in place. Now, pretty cute, and what I consider cute, is that they give you this hole saw. This hole saw is pretty much telling you that this thing is going to be able to cut through that steel plating on the back of the truck. Now, if you guys have ever worked around heavy-duty trucks, let me show you something. You're talking inch-thick steel plating. That hole saw that they give you is not going to be able to go through there. So I would strongly recommend that you guys get a screw and tap set. That way you guys can screw in and then tap it in. But if you guys have something thinner, something that's not inch-thick steel, then yeah, you could probably try and use that hole saw. But in my situation, this is something completely different. So besides the hole saw, they do give you the necessary self-tapping screws to mount the camera. They do give you some wire taps to tap into the polarity of the vehicle, and looks like they give you some little red caps to cap off the leads on some of these cables. Now the final items that they give you is this adapter, and they give you a remote control. So if you're sitting back in your truck relaxing and you don't want to reach over and touch anything up here, you can just do it like this. You can power it on, you can select your video source to your DV player, you can do the menu, you guys can change the left or right, and then go to the mode and select, adjust your video display accordingly. So it's pretty nice. They do give you a very comprehensive set. Let's go ahead and start with the first half of this install, which is going to be installing the reverse camera. And we're going to find a location for it on the back of the vehicle. And from there we're going to use the tappings and the drillings, and then we're going to mount it directly on there. Now that you're in the back of the vehicle and you guys have the camera, what you want to do is position the camera where it would be best for the install. And we selected this area over here for two reasons. Number one, there is an antenna that goes to the back of this camera. And number two, if we were to position the camera here, it may get crushed from the rollers going up and down and the dump truck moving back and forth. So this area is the best location. So now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to mark the holes on the back, and then we're going to drill through this inch-thick plating so that way the camera can stay affixed to this location. This is the punch tool. You're just going to go ahead and take it and then just go ahead and give it like one little zap. And as you guys can see, it left two little indents, one there and one there, for the install. So now you're going to go ahead and carefully drill into the back of the truck. Make sure you don't drill all the way through, just drill enough for whatever screw that you're going to be using. This is the problem that we're facing right now. The angle that we want to install this at is going to prohibit us because of the antenna. So the only way you guys can really get this to work is by either cutting this out on the back, or you guys can order a proxy cast antenna, which is this magnetic base, so it gets mounted anywhere on the vehicle. And what it does is it extends the antenna and gives you better reception. So by doing this, it's going to go ahead and allow us to make that angle without cutting up the bracket, and it's going to give us better reception because we're going to be able to locate the antenna closer towards the front of the vehicle. And if you guys have a large vehicle, or if you guys want to wire this in a way that it's on all the time, you can. But keep in mind, backup cameras are not designed to be on all the time for multiple reasons. First, they do get hot, and secondly, The way that a camera or wireless camera works is it sends out a signal here and it sends out a signal at the monitor. So what ends up happening is as you're driving, your signal is actually getting pushed to the back. It's called the Doppler effect, and you end up getting very, very staticky or no picture at all. So if you guys want to reduce that, you may want to move the antenna closer to each other. That way you guys can have the constant video and no reception issues. So that's a simple little fix. You guys can pick one of these up. They're about like 20 bucks. I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link in the description below for this product. Here's the backup camera installed on the metal bracket. Some minor modifications had to be made just because of the distance between here and here. So as long as you guys are mounting it at an angle like this, you can still use the factory antenna and the factory bracket. But in our situation, we're limited on space. So we're going to run the wires like this. Obviously, we're going to loom them all to protect them. And then we're going to go underneath the vehicle so we can gain access to the reverse light, which is this light right there. The thing that you're going to want to do is locate the positive and negative so the reverse is turning on when the vehicle is turning on. In this case, we know our reverse light is this right here. And luckily for us, we can already see the red is the positive and the black is the negative. So this makes our job a lot easier. Auto-Vox did include a tapping set for you guys just to tap into it if you guys want. But in my situation, I'm going to go ahead and cut and solder a connection here so that way it's airtight and resistant to moisture. Even though out the factory doors it looks like they used wire nuts on this thing. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right here to the positive, positive to positive, so red to red, and then the negative is going to ground to the grounding point right over here. We went ahead and tapped the positive and negative onto the wiring of the reverse light, and we used some Tessa tape to wrap it up nice and tight. If you do not know what's positive and what's negative on your vehicle, you guys can get a 12-volt circuit tester and then just ground it to a piece of metal and then tap onto a wire while the vehicle's in reverse, and then you will know instantly which one is reverse and which one is positive. But we didn't need to do that. So now we got the button right here. It's not wrapped. This is the connection button to synchronize it. And then we ran the wireless camera, which I haven't wired in yet, or haven't wrapped it in yet, about here. We're probably going to go a little bit further down into the vehicle, and then we'll screw on the antenna. And then from here, we can go inside the cabin of the truck and start working on the inside of the vehicle. Now we're inside the cabin of the truck, and we're trying to locate the best positioning for the whole system. And the driver has instructed me not to put it here because the temperatures get way too hot, and he said it obstructs the visibility of the vehicle. So if your vehicle has the ability to position it on the dash, you can. It easily turns to allow you to put it on the dash, but in this case the driver wants to put it right here. So we're going to go ahead and position it here. We're going to clean the area off with alcohol. We're going to try using the sticky tape that it comes with, and if it's not enough, we'll just drill 2 little screws and just tap it in there, and he'll be able to adjust the angle of it so when he's reversing he can see what's going on. We mounted the monitor at the location the driver specified, and this is just using the sticky tape that it comes with, and it is holding it on there very, very tight. I'm very impressed by that tape. It's doing a fantastic job, and like I told the driver, if he ever has an issue with it, he can always just screw it in, just 2 little screws, and it'll hold it into place. Now we're going to go ahead and run the wires down, and then we're going to find our connections that we need. But first, let me go ahead and explain what these wires are, because it looks like a whole spaghetti mess. All the wires laid out for you to see exactly what is going on. And here what you have is your positive and your negative for the monitor. This here is your reversing wire, which means if you guys actually ran a wire from the front of the vehicle to the back of the vehicle and it has a trigger switch, you guys can use this. You guys can just hook up to that trigger switch. we won't be using this for this particular install because we went with wireless. Here you have your right and your left audio, and here you see AV1 and AV2. The wireless receiver that's transmitting the signal is getting plugged into AV1, and then you will obviously have to get a negative and a positive for this module too. So just to let you know, you need pretty much 2 positives and 2 negatives inside the cabin of the car, and then this will power up everything, and everything will work as soon as the vehicle is in reverse. So let's go ahead, get everything all tapped in. This is the finished install. I have not powered it on yet. I just went ahead and ran all the wires as the customer specified. We left the video one, the left one and right one for a DVD or auxiliary video input. When he's ready to put one in, we'll go ahead and put one in there. And then we are going to go ahead and give this thing a try. Let's go ahead and move the box out of the way. Right. Alright, so it's a stick shift. Truck is on, and as you can see, the monitor comes on instantly, but it says no signal, and that's because the way that we've wired the wireless receiver in the back, it's going to come on as soon as we throw it into reverse. You won't need to select the input because it's going to automatically detect on the signal that's coming in. So let's go ahead and throw this thing into reverse. And check that out. You have full signal, no static, no fuzzy, and it looks beautiful. It's obviously not 1080p, but it looks amazing for the quality and the price point that you're paying for this. It really shows you all the details. You can see the fans, you guys can see the bikes, you can see everything inside the shop, and it's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I hope the driver likes it too. So let's go ahead, throw it in neutral again. It goes straight back to no signal. So if you're driving this truck and you don't want to see that no signal, just go ahead, power it off. And then when you're ready to put the vehicle back into reverse, power it on, and then throw it into reverse. If not, then just leave it there and it won't even bother you. Let's go ahead, shut down the whole truck, and see what the owner thinks of it. This is the owner of the truck. This is Israel. Israel, thank you for letting me do this to your truck. It was an absolute pleasure. Let's see your unbiased reaction when you get in here and throw it into reverse.
Thank you, man. Wow.
Like it?
It's awesome, man.
It's awesome.
Thanks.
It's gonna help you out on the job.
Yeah, that's a really helpful thing because, you know, anytime you have to back up or something, hook it up a trailer, or, you know, that will help you a lot. That's unbelievable.
Awesome.
It's awesome. I am so happy.
That's awesome, guys. So there you go. It's a simple install. It's just hooking up positive and negative cables, and with it being wireless, it really makes it even that much easier. Auto-Vox did a really good job with this product. I'm pleased with the results. He's pleased with the results, and the camera is solid. It's not going anywhere. It's a good piece of hardware. So if this is something you guys are interested in, if this is something that you guys want to purchase, I contacted Auto-Vox and I told them that I was making a video, and they wanted to include a 10% off promotion, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that code right here. If you guys want to purchase this model, if you guys want to purchase this unit, go ahead, go on to Amazon or check out the content below, and there's a link for you to click to purchase the unit. Use the code, get the 10% off, and you won't be disappointed. And I will also leave in the description below the antenna if you guys want to increase your signal, or if you guys want to run it on a 24/7 basis, you're going to want to go ahead and purchase that antenna as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We do a lot of product reviews here, and we also work on a Mercedes project. So in the meantime, take care and have fun. So I just thought of my next video. Install a backup camera on a Gator, even though you don't need it.